When John Sims from Tucson, Arizona, was looking through the blueprints of his new home in 2015, he discovered there was something else hidden on his property. A big something. The blueprints showed John that there was an extra room in his house. The only problem? It was hidden. So, he did the only thing he could think to do. He grabbed a shovel and headed to the spot marked off on his blueprints. The house was built in the 1960s, and plans for the mysterious room were submitted right along with the ones for the home. John would have never known about the room if the plans had gotten lost, and considering how old the house was, it's a wonder they stayed intact. For the first few feet of his exploration, John dug up nothing but dirt. He wasn't sure how deep he'd have to dig before he found something. Sure enough, not long after, his shovel had made contact with something metal. What was there? As John cleared out more and more of the dirt, he stared in awe at what had been hiding in his yard for years. After doing some research, he learned that he'd hit the entrance to that extra room on his blueprints. He knew it could only be one thing. John uncovered the entrance to a fallout shelter. With the help of some friends, he pried the lid off and peered down into it. Having been abandoned for years, it looked like it was in great disrepair. As excited as he was, John was also nervous about what was potentially lurking below. It took an entire team of men to lift the lid using an iron bar for leverage. Whoever built this shelter made sure it wasn't easy to break into in case they needed to barricade themselves inside. After the lid was finally off, John peered down into a dark spiral stairwell which led into another room off to one side. There were pieces of metal debris and plenty of dirt strewn all over. There were a few goodies left behind, too. John found several cans of emergency drinking water that were still full. By now, the water was unfit to consume, but it was a clear sign the person who originally built this thought they'd be spending a significant amount of time inside.